Hello and welcome. My name's Andy Crook, and I'm your host for this training topic on the subject of headlines. My mission is to encourage owners become more successful in business. How I do that is present in a short training topic most weeks on one of the 5 pillars of business as I see it. This week, we're in the marketing pillar to discover why professional copywriters spend 80% of their time crafting headlines and only 20% of the time writing the content. To learn the psychology behind attention-grabbing headlines and master the 3 most effective headline templates that consistently drive engagement. Then we're going to discover our atomic actions for this week, which are 3 actionable strategies to transform your headlines from forgettable to irresistible. So join me for the ultimate guide to writing headlines that will convert, or a deep dive into the copywriter's most critical skill. Have you ever wondered why some content gets thousands of shares while other pieces, despite having valuable information, barely get noticed? The answer often lies in one crucial element: the headline. In this guide, we'll explore why headlines matter more than you think, and how to craft headlines that consistently capture attention and drive engagement. We'll start with the 20-80 rule of headline writing. We'll then look at the 3 core functions of an effective headline. We'll look at 3 of the most powerful headline templates. We'll look at the science behind effective headlines and finish with, as always, an atomic action. This time, 3 actionable strategies for helping you write genuinely engaging headlines. Why do headlines matter? Is one of the really key things, and possibly it's because nobody reads the content, and it doesn't matter how good the content was. It's generally down to the headline, and this is why 80% of the effort should go into the headline and 20% into the content. And here's a statistic that might change how you approach your next piece of content. Professional and successful copywriters spend 80% of their time crafting the headline and only 20% of the time writing the content. And it probably seems a bit counterintuitive. After all, the meat of your content, what really matters? But not exactly. Think of your headline as the front door to your content. It doesn't matter if you created the most beautiful furnished house in the world. If the front door is uninviting, nobody's coming in to see it. Your headline serves the same purpose. It's the gateway that either welcomes readers in or sends them scrolling past. So why do headlines make or break your content? And it comes down to something that experts call the attention economy. And we're living in this attention economy where human attention is one of the scarcest and most valuable resources. I want you to consider these 3 vital statistics to do with attention. The average person encounters over 5,000 ads every day. Most people spend less than 50 seconds on a web page. 8 out of 10 people will read your headline, but only 2 out of 10 will read the rest. Even if they would only read a little bit of the rest, it's only 2 out of 10 that see the headline will actually click it and see what that is really about. In this environment, your headline isn't just important, it's everything. It's your one shot at breaking through the noise and capturing precious attention. So we're going to look at the 3 core functions of an effective headline. And every successful headline must accomplish 3 key objectives. The first one is grab immediate attention. The second one is generate genuine interest. And the third one is deliver clear value. So let's look at these in turn. So the first thing every successful headline must do is grab immediate attention. Your headline needs to stop the scroll. In a world where people are bombarded with information, your headline must create pattern interrupt, something that makes readers pause and take notice. But getting attention isn't enough. You've got to generate genuine interest. Your headline needs to spark curiosity or interest that compels readers to keep reading. This is where understanding your audience's desires, fears, or pain points becomes crucial. And thirdly, deliver clear value. Your headline should make an implicit promise about the value the readers will receive, whether it's solving a problem, satisfying curiosity, or providing entertainment. The benefit should be clear and compelling. One thing I will say about the three core functions of an effective headline is you should always avoid using clickbait. While clickbait might generate initial clicks, it erodes trusts and damages long-term engagement. So do not use false promises or misleading information in your headline. I may do a further headline training topic about things you should avoid. I don't like doing what you shouldn't do training topics because I like things to be positive. I like to share ideas of what you could do rather than telling you what you shouldn't do, because there's always, things that rules are made to be broken, etc. But clickbait is one of the most annoying things in the world. And we all know what that is. It's the thing that when you click it and then you read down, the actual content delivers very little value. It's of no interest and is often nothing to do with the headline. And they're really frustrating and really will erode trust and damage your long-term engagement. So now we know what the three core functions of an effective headline are, which is to grab immediate attention, generate genuine interest, and deliver clear value. What we need to look at now is some templates. And what we look at is the three most powerful headline templates. And a very good book about copywriting, if you want to look into copywriting in a little bit more detail, is a book by a gentleman called Jim Edwards. It's called Copywriting Secrets. And it covers this in more detail than I've got time to go into here. But there are numerous ways to write headlines, but three templates consistently outperform many of the others. So let's explore each of these three in a bit more detail. So you have the how to promise template. So the format of this one is how to, and then insert, achieve desired result without, insert common paper. And these are exceptionally successful because it promises a specific outcome, acknowledges and addresses a common obstacles, and implies an easier or better way to achieve the desired result. So we'll go through that again. The format is how to, insert, achieve desired result without, insert, common pain point. So here's some examples. How to land your dream job without any industry experience. How to lose weight without giving up your favorite foods. Or how to start a profitable blog without being a tech expert. So there's three very generic examples of the how to promise template. So why does the how to promise template work? The template directly addresses both the aspiration, what people would like, and the fear or obstacle, what's holding them back, in a single headline. It creates immediate relevance for anyone experiencing that specific pain point. The how to promise template works very well. So the second one, the curiosity gap template, follows this format. And that is the secret of the desired outcome, that surprising detail. So you have the secret of, insert desired outcome, that insert surprising detail. This template leverages our natural curiosity by promising insider knowledge, creating intrigue through unexpected connections, and implying exclusive or unknown information. So examples of the curiosity gap template are the secret of successful entrepreneurs that schools won't teach you, the weight loss secret that diet companies don't want you to know, the marketing strategy that doubled our revenue in 30 days. So there are three examples of the curiosity gap template. So why does the curiosity gap template work? It plays on our desire to be in the know and our fear of missing out, our FOMO. So the word secret implies valuable hidden knowledge, while the qualifier statement adds credibility and urgency. And the curiosity gap template can work very well in the automotive sector. And it's probably something that you might have noticed that we used in the headline for this particular training topic. The number-based solution template is the third template we're going to look at. And the number-based solution template format goes like this. So insert number, proven ways to, and then insert achieve desired outcome in time frame. So insert time frame. So I'll say that again. The number-based solution template follows the following format. Insert number of proven ways to insert achieve the desired outcome in insert time frame. This type template is effective because it provides concrete expectations, it offers multiple solutions, and creates a sense of achievability. So we'll look at 3 examples of the number-based solution template, and these are 7 proven ways to boost your productivity in under 15 minutes, or 5 simple strategies to double your savings this year, 3 guaranteed methods to improve your public speaking in 30 days. So why does the number-based solution template work? Numbers make promises more tangible and believable. They also organize the information in a way that feels manageable and actionable. And you'll notice that I've used a number-based solution. I've used this particular template partially in the headline for this training topic. So it wouldn't be a training topic by me if I didn't include a little bit of science. So the science behind the effective headlines is pretty simple. And understanding why these templates work requires a shallow dive into the psychology of human behavior and decision-making. And here are the 3 key psychological principles at play within these particular templates. And you've got the specific principle. You've got the value to effort ratio and the curiosity. They're the 3 scientific principles that in effect with these headlines. So when we use numbers, specific numbers and timeframes make promises believable and actionable. Compare these 2 headlines. So here's a generic headline, ways to save money, against a specific headline, 7 ways to save £500 in the next 30 days. The specific version works better because it sets clear expectations, makes the goal feel more achievable, and provides a concrete time frame for results. So the value to effort ratio, which is another scientific principle that's at play when we consider our headlines, is readers constantly evaluate whether something is worth their time or not. Your headline should promise high value for reasonable. So consider, and this would be a poor ratio, how to build £1 million business in 20 years. Against a good ratio, how to start a profitable side business in 48 hours. You can see how those 2 differ in as much as the value to effort ratio of one is very different to the value of the effort ratio of the other. And the final bit of scientific principle, if you like, we're going to look at when we're looking at writing effective headlines, is the one I like the most, and that is the curiosity gap. And this is where your headline creates a knowledge gap between what readers know and what they want to know, and that will drive engagement. So your headline should hint at valuable information. It could create intrigue, but you should avoid giving everything away within the headline. And the curiosity gap is the thing that creates that intrigue. So when you're looking at how you do your templates or how you write that headline, the curiosity gap template is the one that could make you fall into the clickbait area. That's the one that makes you most liable to, use clickbait. But you must avoid the trap of providing clickbait by actually providing the value that you say you're going to provide in the content. And that is the key difference. But you still want to, create that intrigue. You want them to stop the scroll and find out more about what it is that you're talking about. And if you can combine all of those 3 things, the specific principle, the value to effort ratio, so they know roughly how often it'll say time to read, which gives the reader an idea of how much effort's going to go into this for the value to effort ratio, and create that curiosity gap, you're probably getting a long way towards creating headlines that are going to make people want to read your content. Because that is the whole idea of the headline, is to get someone to actually stop and spend some time, some of that valuable attention on. We'll finish off with atomic action for this week, which are 3 actionable strategies that you should use or you should consider using when it comes to writing your headlines. And the first thing I would say to do is start with research. Study your target audience. Know your avatar of your ideal customer, if that's who you're trying to attract, and know what their pain points are, and particularly what their language they use, and talk in their language. That's the first bit. The second bit is look at successful headlines and analyze. The next time you click on a piece of content based on the headline, look at what made you want to click on that piece of content and see if you can see what template they used, or if there was a template, or what specific principle or scientific principle behind the headline made you want to click it. Was it curiosity? Was it the value to effort ratio? Or was it the specific principle? Look at what works, and then look for patterns in high-performing content. So if you see something that's going a bit viral, and it's and you could just recognize that the headline is a really good one, have a look at what that headline is made up of. Can you see any of these patterns in that? And then try and replicate those patterns. And the second thing I'd like people to consider is consider multiple options. So when you get your headline, write a few versions of it, up to 10. Use templates to create different versions of the same headline, and then experiment with word choice and structure. And then start using those headlines and this is the third actionable strategy, which is test and refine. Use A-to-B testing when possible. So use the same piece of content, but change the headline and see if it gets more or less engagement. And monitor the engagement metrics, however you can, on whatever social media platform you're doing, and see which headlines repeatedly work the best. And then start using those headlines in all your content. That's the atomic action for this week. So 3 actionable strategies you can do. I suppose it doesn't matter which one of those strategies you do. If you do any one of them, you will improve your headline writing. If I made you think about copywriting and headlines in particular, then I've done my job. Remember, if you should, you must. And the thing stopping most people is starting. Thanks for listening. Catch you next time.